Hey guys, welcome to episode 7 of the PixelsGetMe podcast. We are going to be talking about the typical gaming, tech, and new media. Tonight we got a variety of topics, everything from Diablo 3 on Switch, some other Switch stuff, the PlayStation Classic, Microsoft showing off a controller to go with XCloud, so we can do some gaming on the go, as well as Shadow, which is a nice little service that Emon has showed us, and Mixer Season 2. So let's change the music a little bit. There we go, a little bit lower. All right. And then, yeah, so a little bit about myself. I've been streaming over at Mixer for about 8 months. I'm a member of the Breath of Variety stream team over there, and I'm trying to get the Breath of Variety guys in on the podcast kind of one at a time. So we'll be meeting one of those members here in a minute. For me, at the moment, I was streaming just before we started the podcast. I was playing some Diablo 3 on Switch. It launched today, so I'm pretty excited about that. Been looking forward to it for a while. It's also in tandem with BlizzCon, so we might talk about BlizzCon a little bit. It's not really on the topics, but it might come up. And then earlier today, we were able to do a bonus stream for Breach, which is a new game from QC Games, some former BioWare devs, and finally they've released the NDA, so now we can stream it. So that was pretty awesome. With that, I'm gonna go around and introduce the roundtable. So first up, we got eMonster808. What's up, Emon?
How goes it, buddy?
How you doing,
dude?
Another
fine night for another fine stream.
What you been playing, man?
I've been playing some Black Desert. We've been doing some we were doing some Diablo 3.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
And we're gonna be doing some Neverwinter coming up after the podcast.
Oh, nice, dude. Cool. Yeah, I played Neverwinter with my son for a bit. It's a solid game. It's not that bad at all.
Yeah, we're just kind of rolling through several types of game.
Yeah, I dig it. All right, cool. Next up, we've got Cerbz. He's been on almost every podcast now. Cerbz, are you there? What's up, man?
Hi. Hello. What's up?
That's awesome. Can we get a little bit of the French, Cerbz?
Well, you see, I'm not very good at the French right now. I'm just not back in black, so I can't. I'm sorry.
All right, what you been playing, Cerbz?
And nothing much. Mainly is the Monster Hunter and the Black Desert. Well, that's been a little stagnated recently because of work and whatnot. But yes, that's about it.
Awesome. And then finally, last member on the roundtable tonight is KSM. He is a member of the Breath of Variety stream team. KSM, you there? What's up, man?
What's up, man? Thank you for having me tonight. Been playing a little bit of Zelda recently. Had my Switch turned off for around a month, but I've been having some time in between Zelda and Call of Duty right now. A little basic.
Cool. What are you thinking of? What do you think of the new Call of Duty?
It's all right. I promised myself not to buy a Call of Duty game ever again after the World War II one, but the Battle Royale got me back into it. I'm pretty enjoying it.
All right. Have you just been doing Blackout, or you've been doing some of the regular competitive as well, or versus matches or whatever?
Blackout and regular team deathmatch.
Okay, cool.
Recently played Zombies for the first time ever.
What'd you think?
Pretty entertaining. I thought it was gonna be cheesy, burned out or whatever, but it's pretty entertaining. I went up to level 20 in like a day because I couldn't put it down. So it's just pretty good.
Sweet, man. Awesome.
Good.
Well, thanks so much for coming on the podcast with us, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. Thank you for inviting me.
All right, cool. So you guys want to get into some news?
Yeah, whatever's clever.
All right.
I didn't sign up for this.
Curves. All right, so first bit of news today. Diablo 3 on Switch launched, so I pre-ordered it a while ago. I've bought it on every possible console. Except for the Xbox, I don't own an Xbox, so instead I bought it for a friend who has an Xbox One. So I guess I have actually bought it on everything. But yeah, so that's been fun. I was able to wait for my kids at school today, and I'm sitting in the car, and I was in a Nephilim Rift, and that is a good feeling. I don't know, it felt really good. So I mean, I'm like, I don't know, was I level 23 or something like that when we logged off before the stream? But you know, it's coming along. There's been several reviews that have come out. We got several 9s. I haven't looked at like the Metacritic score or anything, but a lot of people are saying this is a pretty decent mobile adaptation. I agree. I haven't seen any frame drops. The game's running really smooth. The Pro controller feels really good. I'm still kind of adjusting to it. It's not like my favorite controller ever, but it is a solid controller for the Switch. And it's been really good. You guys got any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I actually, now that you mention it, back in the day, I was a game tester for Sony, and I got to play it before it released. Pretty solid game on the PlayStation. I've never played it anywhere else. I do have my doubts with the Switch. I have big fingers. I can't grasp the controller properly. I have some issues with that. I might get it soon.
Do you play with the Pro controller, or do you play with the Joy-Cons?
Oh no, I play with the Joy-Cons. I don't really play Switch that much. I'm more of a Xbox player or PC.
Understood.
Yeah. I try to play Fortnite, but it's a game I don't like, and the little joysticks are not my thing with that one.
Yeah, so on the Switch mobile, like the only thing whenever I'm playing, like when I was in the car earlier, I play with this around it, so it kind of gives you a little bit of depth on the grip. It makes like the adult hands fit around the Joy-Cons a little bit better, but still, I mean, the Joy-Cons are inferior for sure for an adult, I think.
Yeah, it's a little bit of turn off with it.
But yeah, definitely try the Pro controller, man. It's pretty solid upgrade.
Yeah, I need to get on that too.
All right, Emon, Cerbz, what you guys thinking?
I feel like whomever it was that wrote this article takes after me at heart, because they go in saying what the game's like for about a paragraph, and then they go off on a tangent about the menu/UI for literally the entire rest of the article. And that is... I agree that the UI is clunky, but yeah, that's something I would do. That's about all I got on that.
Yeah, and that's typically what everyone says on the console version of Diablo. They just immediately go straight after the menu and the UI, and this rotational selection of gear. It's not easy. You know, it definitely takes some time, and it's not precise like a mouse click. That's for sure. But playing it on PS3 and PS4 for as long as I did, like, I'm used to it. But anyone walking into it, like, I feel bad for them. Like, that's, especially if they're walking into it from PC. Like, that's just a bad day.
It's just not streamlined in comparison. It's just not... I mean, you get used to it. It's not that bad. It's just not quite...
Yeah. All right, Emon, any thoughts?
No, I don't, because I don't have a Switch, and I'm probably not going to play it, so...
All right, well then, Emon, you're going to love the next article. We're going to talk about the 12 best games for the Switch, also another article from Kotaku. So what's your favorite game for the Switch, Emon?
None. Harvest Moon, how's that? There we go.
Perfect. So they've got on this article Breath of the Wild, Stardew Valley, which, you know, Stardew Valley was on PC, I think, initially, right? It was on Steam. And if you like Harvest Moon, you're gonna love Stardew Valley, Emon.
Yeah.
Just saying, you know.
Yeah.
Also, we have Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I also own this. I have not played it for more than 10 minutes, though, just because lack of time, and I'm not really into the turn-based strategy thing at the moment. I don't really need to scratch that itch. They've also got Hollow Knight on here. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which we have, of course. I think that's kind of a staple in a Switch library. Bayonetta 2. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I haven't even played that yet. Darkest Dungeon, which I have on PC. Splatoon 2, which I completely suck at that game. Like, I don't even know how to be successful playing that game.
Yeah,
And,
debatable.
Debatable? Like,
that game's debatable for being...
for top 12?
Anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, yeah, it's like the only shooter they've got, but at the same time, like, ugh. And then Celeste, which I've not looked at all. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
It's a warp jump, fine-tuned controls. I don't know. And then Dragon Quest Builders, which is like Minecraft with a story. Super Mario Odyssey, which I still haven't played. I'm a terrible person. And that's it. Anything jump out for you guys? Anything really awesome? I think KSM, you were actually playing Breath of the Wild, yeah?
Yeah, I was the first time I actually stream it. I got the Switch maybe around 4 months ago, and honestly I haven't played it. I played Zelda for about maybe a couple of hours once, and then I just dropped it because it got super hard, and I give up fast when it comes to that. It's just frustrating.
Oh yeah.
For me.
Like games are supposed to be fun, you know?
Yeah, that and I'm more of a shooter type of player, so sometimes it just frustrates me, and I like to have fun fast, if you can put it like that.
What do you think about the bow in Breath of the Wild?
Pretty decent.
Yeah.
I do like the mechanics. It's not too hard. I find it easier than the actual melee weapon sometimes. But it's not a bad mechanic. I can't complain about it. I haven't played that much, so I really don't feel that I have the authority to come and say it's the best thing ever. But
right.
I have Zelda, Fortnite, and that Rabbit game that I really can't stand.
Rabbids Kingdom Battle?
Oh yeah, the Mario one. I don't know why they did that, but it came free with the console, so I can't complain about it either.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'm trying to get it into the Switch a little bit more. I might be getting Diablo soon, but as of right now, Zelda is pretty good. I really like it. I really never played a Zelda game all the way through, so hopefully this is the first one. See how it goes.
Yeah, that's a good one to start with, man. Honestly, like my kids love the heck out of Breath of the Wild. I haven't had the time to go all the way through it, but I mean, I think I've seen all the major fights, all the major story points. I mean, pretty breathtaking game.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. I had my kid while I was streaming on my lap. She was kind of watching Baby Shark and getting on the way.
Nice.
And she was, oh my god, look at the little monster, like, oh, so cute. And I'm like,
yeah.
Well, you're 2 years old and you already like gaming, so you know, I'm happy about it.
Cool. Hey, Cerbz, what are you thinking on the Switch list?
I agree with him. The rabbits thing, no thank you. I think Splatoon is debatable. I don't think Stardew Valley should be on this list, considering it's on several different platforms. But Breath of the Wild, Hollow Knight, Bayonetta 2, Mario Odyssey, all of those are solid games. So
Yeah.
I think the list is kind of just up to debate. I don't think they're going on off of like any actual percentages or purchases or anything like that. But otherwise, Odyssey would be way further up on the list. But yeah, I think a lot of them are decent games.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was actually like in a specific order. I think it was just 12 games. Just the 12 best games. So yeah, I wouldn't be too attached to Zelda being at the beginning, and I think Odyssey was at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. All right, Emon, any of these games that you've played on other platforms that were solid? What do you think, man?
Well, I did try Zelda game, but only for a bit. So I never really got to finish it. So figured borrow Carl's thing again. Firebird.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, let's move on to the PlayStation Classic. So they just announced the titles that will be on the tiny PlayStation for $99. The one title on here that I am most excited about is Twisted Metal, because I have fine memories of Twisted Metal when I grew up as a kid. So I will probably get it just for throwback reasons. But man, they need to make a new Twisted Metal. Like, that would be so good. Anyway, anything jumping out on here? You got like Battle Arena, Toshinden, Cool Borders, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Metal Gear Solid, Tekken 3, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
The only thing that really comes to my mind when I see this is, oh, it's another one. Okay. Well, I'll just go emulate whatever if I want to. That's about.
Yeah, you're like, okay, cool. Yeah, those are good games I should play, and I haven't played that one yet. I guess I should go get an emulator and play it. Right? That's what you say.
I don't see the need to pay $100 for a tiny PS4 for that, or a tiny PS2 that has maybe 2 things I'll actually play on it for any amount of time.
Yeah, I'm the same with that. I'm not trying to buy that one.
Okay.
I have to agree with Curves, mainly because I already just the games that I want to play anyway.
Gotcha. Yeah, it comes out December 3rd, so it's already like an extra hit on the wallet. I mean, there's several games that have emerged over the last month and a half, and that will continue to come out until Christmas. So maybe they're not going to be able to justify people getting the old PS Classic. Like, people might not just might not have the money for it. But yeah, okay. I don't know if there's anything else I want to say on it. You guys good?
Yeah.
I'm good.
I think I got my piece out.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Oh, go ahead.
No, so I do have to agree with Curves there, because like, really, if I wanted to, I could just emulate any of them. Do now, like I was playing this guy.
Yep.
Now, maybe if they made it the 25th anniversary rather than just going for the puny 24th. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're going for something else for the 25th anniversary. This is like a little thing,
I don't know what gives you that idea, but that'd be interesting to see if they do.
What do you think they're?
Yeah.
What do I think they'll do for the 25th anniversary of the PlayStation?
Yeah.
Probably a PlayStation Classic with more games, or a PlayStation 2 Classic.
That would be good.
Wait. Hold on, what? Hold on.
So like a PlayStation Classic with these 20 plus 20 more for the 25th anniversary. Because, by doing this, they get market research on what people will and won't buy. And they watch Twitter and they see like, well, man, if like, fill in the blank game was on there. Like, Gran Turismo isn't on here, which is weird, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think Gran Turismo, I spent probably 1,200 hours of my youth playing that on PlayStation 1. Like, I'm pretty sure I broke 2 or 3 controllers just off of turning nonstop on like endurance races on Gran Turismo, and it's not on here. So it's like,
I mean, I played most of my Gran Turismo on the PS2. I didn't actually do too much on the original, but
gotcha. Yeah, like
Yeah,
so.
most of mine on the PS2 as well.
Yeah, so and yeah, we're talking Gran Turismo 3 then on PS2, right?
I think so.
Like Gran
It was a
Turismo
while-
3 A-Spec or whatever.
Something like that.
Yeah, and I played probably a fraction of the time on the PlayStation 2 than I did on the PlayStation 1. So like when I was a kid, I got my first job and all of my money went to a PlayStation 1 and then every game that ever came out for it. Like I just bought, I had games still in their wrappers because like no one told me like to save my money for a car. No one like gave me that solid parenting advice, you know, like save some money, you know. So I just spent it all, and then all my friends would just come over after we worked. We worked at an amusement park, and then we would come over and hang out and play games like until, you know, eyes were red and everyone just like falling asleep out of boredom, you know, like, and that was like almost every night over summer break, just buying tons of games and just playing games constantly. A lot of Twisted Metal, like Twisted Metal was legit. Like, that was so much fun. But yeah, so I have like fond memories there of Gran Turismo. It's not on the list. So I would assume that the 25th anniversary, they'll have more games on it. It'll be gold, something like that, you know, or they'll have a PlayStation 2. I don't know. We'll see.
There's just a lot of assumptions there, and my skepticism is showing through.
Absolutely, Cerbz. That's why we have you on the podcast, for a unhealthy amount of skepticism.
I think they're just going to be like, what? No, what 25th anniversary? This isn't a thing. Oh, you mean the 24th anniversary thing we released last year? I don't remember that being. Huh? Oh. Yeah. That wasn't totally just a cash grab or anything.
And then also the 25th anniversary of PlayStation might have something of a reveal for the PlayStation 5. I don't know.
Well, that's possible. That might come earlier than that, though.
Yeah, because there's already leaks and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. But we'll see, I guess.
Alright, you guys cool moving on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've talked previously about a couple episodes ago and then another couple episodes before that about Project XCloud that Microsoft's working on. So basically being able to stream a game to devices, for instance, like having a Windows PC and just stream Xbox titles onto that, or PC titles streamed over to an XCloud enabled Xbox One, something like that. And now we're seeing kind of like that evolution of thought, because if you can stream to different devices, you could also stream to phones and tablets. And if you stream to phones and tablets, you need controllers for phones and tablets. And everyone really likes the Xbox controller, I guess. So they're like, well, here's the controllers we're looking at making. So they have like a couple of different setups here. Like some that kind of look like Joy-Cons with wings. Some that look like a controller from 1996 that you'd buy in the store for a PC. Yeah, I don't know. There's a couple different deals here. But yeah, what do you guys think?
Burn it with fire.
Okay, cool. One burn it with fire vote.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I do have PUBG on my phone because I unfortunately am addicted to the game.
And how do you play it, like control wise?
Just a touchscreen. I haven't invested anything on my phone because I need Wi-Fi. My phone dies after 15 minutes of playing. So if they are trying to do a mobile like that, they have to come up with either battery pack or something, because it just drains the battery crazy. So I don't know. I have to see how it works. Honestly, I can't set up my mind and be like, oh yeah, it looks cool, but I know it'll take 20 minutes to drain my phone out.
Yeah, that's a concern for sure. What do you think, Emon?
I'd be curious, but it's going to be, like he said, it's going to be a heavy drain, because it doesn't look like there's any batteries that go into this thing.
Yeah, so when we're
You're running off of your battery in your phone.
yeah, so when we're talking Project XCloud, the equivalent battery drain would be watching Netflix, because you're just streaming a game to your device. So if your phone can handle, a 40 minute or an hour and a half video on off of Netflix, then you should be able to have that same level performance for XCloud.
You watch Netflix on your phone?
Yes, when I'm on an airplane, absolutely.
Weird.
But that's about it. That's like the only time I do it is on an airplane. So, which that's downloaded episodes too, which again defeats the entire purpose of this, because you need a pretty nice Wi-Fi connection to be able to stream a game, like pretty solid. So.
And would it be like the streaming system that is already in the Xbox, that you have to be connected to the same
exact same thing, only this is coming from the cloud rather than coming from it's coming from the cloud instead of coming from your local network.
So these games are getting streamed to your phone or console or tablet or whatever,
right?
And then the controllers are just connected to whatever it's streaming it from, and then these just latch on, or are these like actually Bluetooth for the phone and or tablet?
Yeah, they're Bluetooth for the phone and or tablet. They're just also constructed in such a way so you don't have to kickstand up your device or put it somewhere where it has to like lean up against something so you can play. This way you can just hold it and play like a Switch.
It looks like a drone control. Like you
have
the control and it has a little
with the camera
latch with it, and it will just, your phone will be connected to it.
Yep.
How does it because down in the it shows multiple different things, but it's all the same thing. One with the larger handles, one with smaller, and one with none. I don't know. I feel like there could be multiple issues with potentially just constantly losing pieces or them breaking.
Oh yeah,
from
totally.
This type of.
Yeah, that might be the worst part of it, is just the flimsiness of the controller.
Yeah, I've learned with Xbox branded stuff, just wait a couple of years, see how it works. No ring of death.
Yeah, basically wait for the S version of these mobile controllers, the one that like they worked out all the kinks off the Duke, and then it's like it's working. Yeah, it's a good call.
Wait a couple of years, see how it goes, and maybe.
All right, Emon, you got anything?
No, I'm just at it.
Just looking at it and be like, how's that gonna work? For those of you listening on the podcast, and you don't see what we're seeing right now live, they basically look like Joy-Cons had a baby with an Xbox controller, and it still doesn't look right, like an ugly baby, but
so
the links are going to be in the show notes on the bottom of the episode, so feel free to click those. Anyway, go ahead, Emon.
Is a USB charge dock on there too?
Yeah, so what they're talking about having is some of the, and there's some manufacturers that are already looking at this concept of putting contacts on the outside of tablets and on the outside of phones so that things can connect to it, whether that becomes a new standard or whether it's just power draw. Manufacturers are already looking at this, snapping things on, making a little bit of modularity. There was a phone, a couple years ago. I don't know if you guys remember the modular phone. You could snap on a better camera, or you can snap on a keyboard on the bottom, or you could snap on a bigger battery on the back.
Yeah, I remember that.
Bigger space. You guys, yeah, and it kind of just fizzled out. But I mean, that's innovation. That's kind of what happens. People try an idea, and then years later, someone actually executes it properly. Is this properly? I don't know. But if they if they don't have to power, if they can figure out a way to power the controller and attach it. I mean, the Joy-Cons, they figured that out pretty well. Joy-Cons charge when they're docked, and then they even have like this Joy-Con-y charge grip that puts the two pieces together, so you could just USB to it. You know, I don't know if you guys see that one on the left.
Yeah,
it's the little tiny controller. It doesn't even
Article
have.
7.
Yeah, Figure 7. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I mean, yeah, they're just basically taking the Joy-Con idea and just running with it and making it look uglier.
It's so small though. It's ridiculous.
So small, dude. Like
I mean, I
who is
feel
going
like
to
my
use that?
thumb would be able to press all the buttons on one side by itself just by pressing them down.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be for the people with like the hand size of the one size fits all gloves, like rubber gloves, and it's just
What's
going to
that?
be like,
Kid-size gloves? Is that
yeah, like,
The
yeah,
one size fits all kids?
yeah, like, no.
You know, there is one thing that this does though. So like one of the problems with mobile gaming is that when you're looking at your phone, you're looking down at your phone, you're sending out a signal that other people can interrupt you, right? But like, dude, you're playing a game. You're like in the top 10 on PUBG, for instance, KSM, and someone's talking to you thinking that you're just on your phone checking messages or watching something on Netflix or YouTube, you know? You're like, dude, I'm playing a game. You know, and it's like, this is the way to tell everyone, dude, don't bother me. I'm actually playing a game. Like, do you see these giant stupid controllers sticking out the side? Yeah, I'm in the middle of something. Don't talk to me right now.
It doesn't matter. They're still gonna bug you.
Yeah, I don't think that takes their
We tried.
embedded right.
We tried.
And every time I look at somebody playing on their phone, man, I just look at their phone, I see they're playing games. I don't care. I'm still gonna bug you. Yeah, it's like whatever.
You're that guy? Really? Jeez. You're like, oh, it looks like it's getting to a really important part. Hey, man, can you do this thing for me? Thanks.
Yep. Everybody interrupts you on the phone. That's it's the peripheral itself that drives you to just bother people.
Yeah.
I don't know how with a AAA title and Xbox. I love Xbox. I'm more of an Xbox person than a PlayStation, but sometimes I doubt them extremely. I don't know. I have to see it. I have to see it in one convention or something and play with it maybe.
Yeah.
See what's the build of the actual controller, if it's like super wonky, or is it going to be like a Elite controller that is more of a, you can get a grip of it and it has its weight on it, so you can balance it with the weight of the phone. And I think there's much more things that they have to worry about if they go to a cloud-based system that will ruin your experience, I would say.
Yep. Understood, man. I hear you. All right, you guys want to move on to Shadow?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so Emon shared an article with us about Shadow, which is, quote, the high-end gaming computer accessible from multiple devices for $34.95 a month. And it has a pretty solid video. The website is Shadow.tech /use, and I don't know if Shadow.tech will just work. What happens if we just go Shadow.tech? Is this something else? Yeah, okay. So Shadow.tech will take you there. So yeah, tell us about it, Emon. What are we looking at here?
Well, from what I was looking at into it, it's basically like owning a PC that's not in your house, and it streams directly to whatever in your house, and you play games just the same as if you had a 2000 PC in your house.
Yeah, and
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we were messing around with Project Stream from Google. I don't know if did you get the invite on that for Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, I did. That was kind of fun.
And how did it play?
It played pretty nice for me, anyway.
Yeah, like I would say nearly seamless.
Yeah.
And that's.
I mean, I played on my PC. You know.
Yeah, I played on my PC too.
I didn't actually try through my phone or.
Yeah, I don't know if Project Stream is working through the phone. I don't know if they said it was working. I have to look into that. Because, I mean, it's running Chrome, so it might be able to do it. But at the same time, like, it's kind of unique trying to get that 60 frames per second, you know?
Yeah, but what I like about this is it's a dedicated box per person. It's not like a shared box. So I'm kind of interested.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's your own personal box. I mean, it is a shared box. Your instance of this would be yours, but it's running on the cloud hardware. So if you spin it up, they'll allocate the video card and the processor and the RAM to you, you know? So there's still a limit. You know what I'm saying? So like I can imagine if it was Friday night and some game came out, you know, and everyone was like, "Oh, cool, let's do it." There would be a queue. You know, you'd have to wait for someone to release their license or release that hardware piece to you and like log off and turn off their instance. You know what I'm saying? Like a typical cloud setup.
Yeah, it sounds like that. I personally have a terrible internet connection, so those services are not something I can look into it where I'm living.
So how terrible is terrible?
Oh, so now that I haven't been working mornings, the internet goes from 30 upload, 30 download to, let's say, around 0.25 upload to 5 download up until right now 11:12 Mountain Standard Time, because it's the internet of the building, and I did not see the fine print when I started renting here where they told me I didn't get my internet. So it's frustrating.
Yeah, and I'm in the dark zone on the places it's available. Like, I'm in Texas, so I'm in the black hole of no, you can't have this yet.
Yeah, they have Google Fiber around here, and I am dreaming of the day that I can actually have internet that's not. I'm from Guatemala, third world country, and I have friends that got better internet than me.
Oh yeah, totally, man.
A fraction of it.
Yeah,
So
like America is so far behind on the internet spectrum.
Yeah, it's really ridiculous. But we do what we can.
Yeah, I've got AT&T fiber, but where I'm living, we don't have. We have Google Fiber. They're building it around town, but it's just not at my location yet. But I mean, it'll be like half the price of AT&T. So I think they're trying to like really, like, AT&T is doing a hard job trying to stiff arm them out of certain communities. But you can't stop it forever, you know.
Yeah, no, hopefully they can. So.
Cool. What do you think, Cerbz? You're within the range of the area. Would you buy a PC with 1080p? I'm sorry, with a 1080 in it and ridiculous amount of RAM and processing capability to play games at 60 frames per second over any device?
No. Primarily
because you have
I
a computer.
have a device that does that better than this would, and 256 storage. Why? Like, that's not no. Bad.
Yeah, storage is the cheapest part of this entire solution, honestly.
Bad game system. No, it's got to be at least 10 terabytes. But yeah, I wouldn't. I have no interest in playing. Even if I could do this, like run these games, streaming them on my phone, my phone's an S5. It crashes just by pulling up the weather. So no, I'm good. I'll stick to using my PC. I don't need their 1080 GTX 1080 equivalent.
Equivalent.
Yeah, that's
it's equivalent because they're using the the NVIDIA GTX, they have the cloud cards where you can just give the video processing capability to, like, they use it in the render farms and stuff where they're like Pixar would be building their movie up and be rendering the Toy Story 6 or whatever. It would just be like running into that render farm and grabbing video resources, which, I mean, it's 1080 equivalent. I mean, they're not wrong, but yeah.
It's a shoddy 1080 equivalent.
No, it's not a shoddy 1080 equivalent. It's a 1080 equivalent, man.
No, it's a shoddy 10. Well, it's a 1080 equivalent. So, anyway, I don't need their shoddy 1080 equivalent. I've got my own shoddy 1080 equivalent.
Yeah, you got the actual 1080, right?
No, I have a 1070 Ti, so
which is
it runs
like a 1080.
just as good. But, yeah, essentially, overclocked just as good as a 1080 Ti. Yeah. No, thank you. I'm not paying $35 a month for something I can already do on my PC and wouldn't be able to run on anything else anyway. So, skepticism.
Gotcha.
Yeah, when you hear equivalent, it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like,
So why 12 gigs of RAM? Why? That doesn't make sense. Like, they're not even going to give you two 8 gig cards? Like, what? Or is it really? What? No.
No, like, so in the cloud, man, like, we're not talking about, like, there's 8 gig sticks that they just
No,
give
that's
you.
how it works.
No,
It's some
dude.
guy with a PC in
Dude,
some
they're
phone
60
wherever
they're
place.
64 gigabyte sticks, all right, and then they just give your instance some of that. Like, that's how it works. So they wouldn't be able to give you like 2 8s because their 64 ECC RAM is way better than 2 8s, you know, because it's server RAM. It's completely different. But anyway.
Yeah, I know. I just there's no need.
So if we have a PC, no need to get it. I totally agree. If you didn't have a PC and you were like, man, you know what? I'm an Xbox guy. I wish I was a PC gamer. Would you guys throw $35 a month at this?
No, I would more just
Build one?
35 a month. Yeah, 35 a month over a year. Even if you were to save up for let's say you were to save up for 2 years, you could get a pretty decent budget PC out of that. Like a really decent budget PC that's gonna run decent enough as
But
it
what
is.
do you do when you want to play now and not 2 years from now?
Even still, this is going to add up over time. It's going to cost more than you would for a PC if you were to just buy one outright immediately, rather than paying that much. I don't think.
Yeah, you guys understand that. Real quick, we'll go to Firebird in chat. Firebird says he wouldn't get it. So he's with the crowd right now on the no. But the thing is like everything is going to a service, guys. Like, it's going to be very, very expensive someday for people to buy anything outright. Like, that won't even be an option anymore because a company needs for their 5-year plan, like the easiest 5-year plan for a company is to get people to subscribe to it, because they can just say, we have X subscribers, this is how much money we bring in every month until we die. Theoretically, they'll show the numbers of the people who drop every month and the number that they gain every month, but really, like, outright buying and selling is like dead. It's like
It will be.
It will be, dude. Like,
But it is not.
It's not dead
as of
yet.
the moment, and I do think that is a ways off, even if it will be.
Do you think it's less than 5 years or more than 5 years?
Probably more than that, but I mean, I agree with you that it's coming, but I don't. I do think it's a while off.
Okay.
But yeah, like, I've been using this same computer for the past 6 or 7 years. I'm obviously upgrading as I go, but like past 6 or 7 years, I think in total I've put a couple grand into it at maximum.
Mm-hmm.
Over 6 or 7 years, that $34
Oh yeah.
would add up to a good PC. Like,
A good PC like 2 or 3 times almost.
Yeah,
Like you can get a couple decent $2,000 boxes out of that.
Yeah,
You know?
with
A gaming PC and a streaming PC. with that.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Yeah.
your gaming PC becomes your streaming PC because like the new gaming PC is great, but that thing can still handle a stream. You know, like yeah.
just with where we're at now, like I agree that things will move to this at some point, but with where we're at now and where I think we'll be at for a while, it's just not. It's not. I don't think it's worth it.
Cool.
Future
All right.
generation thing. Not us, at least.
Yeah, so Firebird, again from chat, he's saying even with a GTX 1080, if your device can only do 720p 30 frames per second, you're missing out on a lot. It isn't a horrible ideal, but it isn't ideal. Yeah, exactly, man. Like this is definitely an enthusiast thing. So like if your device can only do 720p at 30 frames per second, like you're probably not doing this right. Like you should probably, if you were doing this the right way, you'd probably have the new Razer phone or the new Asus phone or whatever. The new Asus phone running like 90 frames per second or 144 hertz, and then you'd be like playing games legit, you know, streaming just to that. So, yeah.
But if you have a phone like mine that crashes when you try to load the weather app, I mean, it's not going to go well.
Yeah. There's a target audience here. So. And yeah, you're right, Firebird. They got to be careful the way that they advertise this. Like, he's saying most people will probably get this thinking they don't need to upgrade anything. And yeah, you're absolutely right. That's the sales pitch, right? Like, hey, this will work on any device. No, it'll work on any device that works. And a lot of people's devices that are in their pockets or on their desktops don't work. Like, they're pretty clunky pieces of garbage that barely surf the internet. So
They got Chromebooks and they think they're gonna play PUBG seamlessly.
yeah, there's like 2 Chromebooks that will work on. You know, all the other Chromebooks are going to be pretty throttled, you know, or they're going to be like a little lap furnace. You know, you're like, man, what happened to my Chromebook? It's on fire. You know, like, what is it trying to do here?
It's going to go from screen tearing to kaboom.
Yeah, exactly. Melting a hole in your jeans or something. All right, so
Kind of thing.
so let's move on to the last article. Sounds good?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Mixer Season 2.
Ew.
Oh my gosh. Really, Cerbz?
Yep.
All right, so I didn't know that Mixer had a Season 1, but I guess it did. And that season ended, and now Season 2 is here. So with that...
What is up with all these seasons thing?
It's Fortnite's fault.
Yes, it's all Fortnite's fault.
I'm
That's
sorry,
a fact.
That's demon
Trash.
work right there.
But when
Diablo did it first.
no,
I know.
they didn't actually. But but yeah, when everyone sees Fortnite come out of nowhere with an idea, and it's actually successful, making something like $1 billion a year now. I don't know. It's crazy. They see that successful stuff and they just copy and paste it. You know, like that's business. You know, so they copied and pasted. They made a Season 2. One thing that came out of Season 2 is monetization of partnered channels. So if you're a Mixer partner, which would mean if you have about more than 2,000 followers and you stream at least 20-something hours a week, and you have a pretty active and vibrant community, and you're connected on all the social platforms, kind of being a voice for Mixer, you can apply for partnership and potentially get partnership. I think it's still with those requirements, you might not fulfill exactly what they're looking for. Maybe they just don't want another Fortnite streamer and they want someone who's playing Pokemon all the time, and they don't have that, so they're gonna partner you because you play Pokemon and you're unique. You know, there's a lot of different variables that go in there, right? I haven't gone through the partnership process. I wouldn't be able to speak entirely on what they're looking for, but if you are a partner, then that means you can get there's a reason to spend these sparks, and the sparks are what we get for watching people stream. Like everyone in my stream right now is getting paid a spark, 4 sparks every 5 minutes or something like that. Okay, so basically just your loyalty to a streamer or the platform itself, because you can just watch any stream now all the time. 2 sparks per minute. Okay, cool. I get 4 because I'm a Mixer Pro. My bad. Or maybe I'm only getting that for channels I'm subscribed to. I don't know. Anyway, there's a way to get more sparks if you pay, or if you subscribe to a streamer, you get more sparks when you hang out in their channel. So now you can take these sparks that were just gimmicks for the first season 1, and you can interact with them and do what Firebird just did, for instance, in my chat, throwing up the shooting star. Lots of stars is what it's called, and it's just basically a sticker on the side of the chat. It looks like that. Yeah, and Emon throws down a sub hype. So just, like stickers, and I don't know if anyone has a stupid amount of sparks or anything, but there's also like fireworks in chat and a couple other things.
Yeah, that was totally not worth my 10K.
I know, right? So
I feel
yeah,
robbed.
I think a lot of people feel that.
Like, look at this. Put that chat back.
I'm gonna put this over here. Actually, we're gonna go into Streamception here. I'm gonna go a little bit over here. There you go. I think. There you go.
Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at it.
Yeah.
That was 2K. That was totally not worth my 2K.
Yeah.
I have more fun pressing challenge pixels for 10K than I get from that stupid thing.
I hear you, man. I hear you. So yeah, they're not all winners. I think Cosmic Pizza is one of these things. I like Cosmic Pizza a lot. Where's Cosmic Pizza at? I think one. I don't know if it's a. Yeah, I don't know who did it. Someone did a Cosmic Pizza thing. It's like pizza, but it had like the planets on it. I don't know where it came from. I saw it in someone else's chat earlier. I was like, wow, that's so cool. But yeah, so kind of gimmicky little stickers to chat with that don't actually stick to anything. They just scroll away and chat. And then there's the beach ball. I don't know if you guys have seen the beach ball yet. Have you guys seen it? Yeah, so
level 100, man. I can't. I'm not that much of a. I haven't ground that. Can't do the beach ball.
Oh, I'm level 99. We should do a beach ball sometime. When I hit 100, we'll do a beach ball. But I didn't realize I was 99. That's cool. Anyway, yeah. So we'll do a beach ball someday. Basically, you just kick the ball around on the stream, and in everyone's hands, like you can choose. You hover over it, and you can choose like who hits it, and you just keep popping this beach ball around. I saw someone get like over 100 hits just kind of keeping it up. I don't know. It's something, but yeah, so this gets monetization finally to partners in a way that Twitch has had for a while with what they call bits. So you can buy bits. We still can't buy sparks to give to people, and bits and sparks don't really have like that cost. There's not like a hard cost attached to sparks, but basically anyone who's partnered on Mixer, if they get 5 million sparks spent on their channel in a week, they can get like a $250 payout from Mixer. And if they get less than that, they can get like a $25 or $50 payout or whatever. But that's just kind of a cool way to have streamers monetize their content, especially making money out of nothing but interaction, which is pretty cool, because I think a lot of people get stuck on followership numbers. A lot of people get stuck on viewers in a stream, but really like the bread and butter of this whole industry is interactivity. And Professor Broman talks about that a lot. Not interactivity of stickers scrolling away on a stream, but interactivity of a streamer interacting with their audience. So it's kind of bridging that gap. You guys aren't impressed with the stickers, it sounds like, but yeah, what are your thoughts?
Really. Yeah, not really. As far as I saw the post before the actual release, I thought they were selling it as revolutionary. And me as a super small streamer with 33 follows, it makes no difference. And I don't think it will it will help big streamers and partners stimulate their chat, but as of me, I really don't find it a little bit irrelevant.
Yep, understood, man. That was some of the biggest kickback on Twitter, on socials, in people's stream chats. Like, what's the point if you're not a partner?
Yeah, and then you're selling it as like you're revolutionizing the streaming industry, and I'm like, didn't Twitch did this like years ago? Like, overselling stuff is probably what will turn people off, because it got me a little bit frustrated. Not that I expected anything, because honestly, I've been streaming for around 2 weeks. I can't be asking for the world.
Yeah,
I have to work for it like everybody did. But at the same time, don't tell me you're gonna revolutionize anything if it's gonna be a knockoff of Twitch's program. In a way.
Yep, understood. All right, what do you guys got? Emon, Cerbz, what you thinking?
I'm not a streamer. I just like to horn in on other people's things and just disrupt their chat and or Discord.
Hey, you're welcome anytime, dude.
Yeah, I am what I am. But I think about the only substantial thing in this is you mentioned them potentially making it a bit easier for people who don't do the most popular thing, to get partnered. Like people who don't specifically do Fortnite and the basically evil of the gaming industry at this point, the most horrible thing you can ever play.
Yep.
Which, I mean, are MOBAs, but
oh my gosh.
But yeah, so I think that is a good portion. Because that would, assuming they would do it for someone like you or someone like Jer who does art, or just that type of thing. I think that would be. I think that's good for the platform, but I think revolutionary, like as I said, is way too much of an overstatement for.
They try to do it really like everybody. Breath of Variety. Sorry, I'm foreign sometimes. One of the partners there was super excited. I'm like, yo, that sounds pretty nice. Please tell it, blah, blah, blah. And then I see the post and I'm like, good thing you didn't tell me. Because this is nothing for me. Like, and it makes me sound salty, but like, I don't know. Don't sell stuff like that and just undersell me. Or not include me as a super small streamer,
Yep. Yeah, like it would be better if the skills weren't even enabled for the small streamers.
Yeah.
Because like right now, you guys are throwing, you guys are throwing sparks into my stream and it does nothing.
Yeah, I know. It kind of sucks. Like it's only about people that play Fortnite, whatever. Because they're the only ones that really have like that huge number,
Yeah.
Yeah. Not all of them, but yeah, I hear you.
A large portion.
Almost 70%.
Yes, absolutely.
Are Fortnite players. So I mean, don't tell me no, because it is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Fortnite right now.
At least
everybody wants to be Ninja, making $500,000 a month.
Yeah. I feel like it's probably more than $500,000, but yeah.
But unfortunately, when Fortnite dies, though, he's just gonna suck at life again. So I mean,
he'll have made so much money it wouldn't even matter, man.
Right?
You would think so. You would think so, but I mean, really.
But how much of that do you think he spent already just being stupid, doing random stuff?
I don't think it matters.
Everybody does it.
Yeah,
with the amount of money he's making, I don't think it matters how much he
spends. It really doesn't.
No, because so if Fortnite dies tomorrow and nobody cares about Fortnite anymore tomorrow. He already spent majority of his money doing whatever stupid stuff he wants to do. He doesn't have anything to come back.
He's still the biggest streamer on Switch and has deals with Samsung and whatnot for doing all this. He's not gonna have a problem.
Mr. Robot.
Yeah, we got like super robots going on. What happened?
Discord, why must you do this fast?
All right, I'm gonna restart Discord real quick, maybe. Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm like red. Yeah, so I'm just gonna randomly talk about stuff for a second. It looks like my Discord session that the stream is on is not doing so hot at the moment. But let me restart Discord. This is just live tech support, guys. Don't mind us. Yeah, we might have to do that, Firebird. Firebird's recommending we switch channels. I'm just gonna restart Discord too and see if that fixes it. But yeah, so that's kind of the end of the topics that we have. I do want to get into chat though with these guys real quick.
Yeah.
Check. I hear you, KSM. And Cerbz, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, okay, that's way better.
I'm still robot-y.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you are a little bit.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
That's how this works.
Hey, Emon.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys cool with this? You want to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Or you want to keep talking smack about season 2?
Oh,
I'd like to keep talking smack.
This
Yeah.
thing.
Gosh.
I'm not a partner. Let's go.
So I'm not a partner either. I'm like just a small YouTube, a small streamer as well. You know, so it's like whatever. Like I'm very disappointed in what I can waste my sparks on. You know?
They've
Yeah.
had a global currency on their site for the entirety of what I don't know if it was there when it was Beam,
I don't know.
but
Almost, yeah.
I
think
was-
it's been around
yeah.
pretty long.
yeah, so they've had a global currency for nearly the entirety of the time that they've been around, but there's been nothing to do with them except for, you know, the people who stream like Pixels that, you know, decide to try and make them not useless. And now they've given something to the, I dislike this term, but the 1% of Mixer that actually is able to use them, and now it's just the people playing Fortnite and all, it's irrelevant to literally everyone but those few people. So, and it's already a limited platform as it is, considering how small it is.
Yep.
What is that, Firebird?
That is the panda cheese, man.
Panda cheese.
You can't say no to panda, dude. Go look it up.
It even made it on the stream because I drug my stream chat over so we could see the panda cheese.
You should totally pull up a panda cheese commercial.
No, we're not going down GIF meme land right now.
No,
I think
pull
that's a
up an
good
actual
segment,
video.
though.
We should do a meme segment or something. All right, so I think that's where I'm gonna call it, guys. If that's cool.
Yeah, sure.
All right, let me wrap it up. So, thanks so much for everyone for tuning in. Special shout out, the stream shout out today goes to KSM. So I did it earlier, but I'm gonna do it again. I just want to make sure it was working. So I'm gonna do my little shout out command, and you guys can see that. But yeah, so KSM, he's streaming on Mixer. Relatively new streamer. He's part of the Breath of Variety stream team. Definitely swing by his channel. He doesn't quite have a schedule like on lock yet, but if you drop a follow, you'll definitely get the notification when he goes live. So thanks so much, KSM, for coming by, man. We appreciate your time.
Oh, you're welcome, man. Thank you for having me here.
Awesome.
First
Awesome.
podcast ever, so.
No,
Thank you,
but you,
guys.
and you did great, man. You freaking crushed it. I love it. All right, and then we also have Cerbz and Emon. Thanks so much, guys, for being on the round table again.
Always a pleasure, man.
You're welcome.
It looks like Firebird wants in on next week, so that sounds good. You're more than welcome to join us, man.
Firebird just showed me a follow, so.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah, thanks, Firebird.
I'm back.
And then And then, so if you're listening to the podcast, we do record this live around midnight Central Time on Friday nights. Usually start probably 12:30 in the very early morning of Saturday once everything kind of gets squared away and we talk about what we're going to talk about. But if you want to catch the stream live, you can catch it here at mixer.com/PixelsGetMe. And then you'll see that in the show notes down below. Thank you for everyone for hanging out in chat, for giving us your thoughts. All right. So Cerbz, I'll let Cerbz sign us off because it sounds like he has something really important to say. So kick to the Cerbz.
Sounds
Go
like
for it, man.
Trash can Cerbz.
Okay. So I pulled some strings, and I've got one final segment that I can't do for long because then Pixel's gonna kick me off. It's a highly controversial situation that plagues all of us gamers, and you need to see it. And Pixels, you need to play this on the stream. It affects all of us.
Okay. So what
it's really just it just shows how corrupt the gaming industry is with its loot boxes and early DLCs and how it just rides you, and it's bad. So Pixels, play the video, please.
I don't even know what video we're talking about.
I put it in the Discord DMs. Weren't you looking? Gosh darn it.
See what you did.
All right. I'm going to try to bring it up. I don't know.
The bit's still going. It's a controversial topic, and it needs to be talked about. It's practically...
Baby monkey, riding on a pig, baby monkey. Baby monkey, baby monkey, backwards on a pig, baby monkey. The world has gone insane, and you don't know what is right. You got to keep on keeping on. Get on that pig and hold on tight. Baby monkey, riding on a pig, baby monkey. Baby monkey, going backwards on a pig, baby monkey.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Did you see the evil in its eyes?
Dude, I already stopped. We're good.